What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So the title of this clip says power of projection. Obama shredded for deeply bitter / angry post-election speech. And when they say projection, I mean, that is an understatement. Every single thing that he says on this speech is basically every single thing that the Democrats did to Donald Trump. So let's get into this clip. But before we do, guys, please hit the like button. It really helps the channel out. And of course, if you're brand new, consider hitting subscribe. Let's get into it.
One of the lessons I think we've come to understand, I hope that everyone has come to understand, is the power of projection.
Yes.
Accuse your opponent of the sins which you're committing. President Obama gave us, former President Obama, gave us another example of projection Thursday night in Chicago. He gave a speech where he talked about the weaponization of government and the polarization of your opponent, the polarization of America. Let's listen to the words of former President Obama.
Since total victory is impossible in a country politically split down the middle, the result is a doom loop of government gridlock, even greater polarization. When I mentioned to a few friends that our foundation would be hosting a forum on democracy and pluralism, I got more than a few groans and eye rolls, especially since, as far as they were concerned, the election proved that democracy is pretty far down on people's priority list. There are going to be times, potentially, when one side tries to stack the deck and lock in a permanent grip on power, either by actively suppressing votes or politicizing the armed forces or using the judiciary, the criminal justice system to go after opponents.
Wow.
That, my friends, is projection.
That is amazing, actually. So it's intentional. I mean, this isn't just some tick or something that just popped into his head because he's bummed out that they lost the election so bad. I mean, people need to understand Barack Obama has been a really negative force on this country and on politics and creating so much division. That comes from Saul Alinsky. People forget Barack Obama was teaching rules for radicals. He was teaching about Saul Alinsky at the University of Chicago. That is a hero to him. And one of his rules, among many, that was meant to basically dismantle society and bring about this, liberal utopia, one of them was how to attack your enemy. And Saul Alinsky, took his lessons from Lucifer, actually. Like, he talked about that being somebody who could teach them how to take power and control. And here's Barack Obama, Charlie, I think, really kind of going, he's in a bad spot.
Yeah.
He created this. He thought it was going to become this permanent power base for him. And now he's accusing the right of what he did because.
Yeah, exactly right. She's exactly right.
He's just super bummed out right now.
Yeah, she does. Before he goes, that's what it is. It's so crazy how he said lost for permanent grip on power. Bro, that's you. That you're mad. I mean, you're mad that you lost your permanent grip on power. But every single thing that he just said, of course, is expected. They've been projecting and lying for a very long time. Every single thing that they said that Donald Trump was going to do, whether it be crashing the economy or starting a world war or locking up political opponents, that's everything that they did. And he still continues to say that. And they wonder, well, why did we lose? This is why. This is exactly why. And that's why Democrats will never change, is because they don't look at themselves in the mirror and reflect and change. And this shows you that their so-called leader is not changing or doesn't see, what they've done. So nothing's going to change. If he's not going to change, who everybody looks up to in the Democratic side, the Democratic Party side, then nobody else is going to change. And they still wonder why they lost. It's so funny to me.
Yeah, and it is total projection. It's also desperation. That's the thing that is so striking to me about that entire, all those remarks that he made, that entire speech or whatever it was the depth of he's very bitter. That's not the Barack Obama who gave that speech in 2004. Even if you didn't agree with him and didn't like him and didn't agree with his policy prescriptions, it's a different guy than he was when he gave that speech in 2004 or when he won that election in 2008. He is a deeply bitter, angry guy, and he's talking about how voters don't care about democracy.
Hope and change has turned into dour and bitter.
Yeah. Bitter and
Really
projectionism.
And I would say, and while he's projecting, he's not just projecting that which we all know at this point, which is the Department of Justice was weaponized under Joe Biden. There was a consolidation of permanent Washington under Joe Biden. What we should also point out is it all began under Barack Obama.
Yes. Yep.
That is when, for example, he spied on a Fox News reporter. That is when Lois Lerner targeted conservatives with the IRS. That is when much of this began and was just extrapolated under the presidency of Joe Biden.
Yeah, and then they also under Barack Obama and then metastasized under Joe Biden, which, you know, many people believe that administration was being run out of Obama's mansion in Colorado, Washington, D.C. But that said, I mean, the censorship industrial complex that was used to also consolidate that power is something else. And that's one of the things that people were really voting against, along with the weaponization of the government, this idea that it could be used to censor us and therefore allow them to consolidate power. Barack Obama is very isolated right now. Even his best friend, George Clooney, who wrote the op-ed that ended up pushing out Joe Biden, is now upset at Barack Obama, going, hey, you told me to write that op-ed. Now everyone's blaming me online. Where are you, Barack Obama? Barack Obama's becoming, he's not used to not being glorified. And this is an interesting moment for him.
Yeah, and meanwhile,
yeah, so we'll wrap it up there on the clip. Let's get into this, some of the comments here. So the first one says, Obama still regretting making that joke about Donald never being president. Hilarious. Somebody else says, take the hint, Obama, and just go away and take Hillary with you. Please, permanently take her with you. Like, y'all just go away forever. Somebody else says, Trump broke that man. Another individual says, I'm a black man who never trusted that snake. Did not vote for him and warned all my family about him, but they ignored me and even got angry at me. Now they feel pretty silly. Wish they've listened. Wow. Somebody says, Obama was stuttering and tripping over his own words when he realized he was talking about himself. Yes, I was about to point that out.
Potentially, when one side tries to stack the deck and lock in a permanent grip on power.
And he paused there for a little bit and trying to figure out what to say. I think it dawned on him that, dang, I think this is what we did, right? I think he had that moment of self-realization there, but, you know, he just continued on with the nonsense. Also, somebody else says he is bitter because he lost his 4th term of power. That's right. Somebody else says this is the real Obama. Yeah. Wow. So there you have it, guys. Let me know what you think. Let's talk about it in the comment section. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Please hit the like button. Of course, if you're brand new, consider hitting subscribe for more videos. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.